Hello everyone, welcome back to Monster Rancher 3. In the last episode, we actually did 3 battles. Boom, boom, boom. We did this one, and this one. So Alicat is now a B class, but she's not very good right now. We need to keep training her. So that is what we are going to do. And we're going to work on... I'm going to keep trying Blowfish. Good. Because being a Durahan, she's good at speed, so we want to try to get speed up there. Her power is getting up there too. Intelligence doesn't matter. We do have a green attack, but we never use it, so whatever. Alicat is a little tired. So I'm hoping that we can build up enough cash that we can eventually... buy the next permanent item, which I don't remember how much it is now. Got 29k. Let's check real quick. Because these items really seem to have a bit of a long-term impact, especially since they're durable. 15k for the aroma pot, peaceful slate. These two are really expensive. But if we can get ourselves $40,000, $35,000. Wait. Math. If we have 35,000 and we spend 15,000, we'll have 20,000 left. That'll be plenty to get us through the day. How much did we start with? Like 5k? Anyway. Like... I want to have several thousand in the bank after a purchase. So I want to make sure that we can afford it. There was a piece of advice I read that save scumming training efforts helps you min-max. And like I've said it 1,000 times with the series, I'm not trying to min-max, but I do find it interesting. Basically, they say, set them up for, like, never, you don't have a routine beyond this. Basically, you rest the week before a battle that you want to participate in, but otherwise, no matter what situation is going on, you attempt a drill, and if they fail, you reload your save and attempt it again. And if they fail a second time, then you rest them. You don't care about how tired they are. Like, you don't listen to any piece of advice from Flaria. You only rest them when they fail a drill twice in a row. And I don't know how good of a piece of strategy that is, but it is... It's something. It's a strategy. There's nothing we really need here, is there? I guess the noisy halls. To power up that move we just got. But we don't need to worry about bad feelings now, because we have the bits. Oh wait, bad feelings spots also give us discs. Never mind. Yeah, since I'm still... going for a Naga. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting everything about this game. I was trying to remember why I kept going to all the bad feeling spots. Oh, there we go. So right now we're just doing the 3 noisy halls. So I think we capped out the level on. Yeah, and then Avalanche is the one we just got. Avalanche isn't bad, it's just not great. It's a good one to, like, close the distance before using our side slash. Okay, Noisy Hall 2 is here. By a rock down here. Come on, camera, catch up. These ventures are starting to get annoying, I have to admit. Although I don't know if their Avalanche isn't spelled right, is it? Because it has an E on the end, I think. This is a lot less time-consuming than exploring in Monster Rancher 4, but it's also more expensive. So I don't know if one's better than the other. I really don't. I'm too tired to form an opinion right now. Which probably sounds really stupid, but it's like, it takes energy to form an opinion, an educated opinion. You have to weigh evidence and consider multiple viewpoints and think. And right now I can do maybe half of one of those things. I don't even remember what I just said other than the word think. I don't remember the other two things I said. Consider opinions, I think I said that. Give me a disc piece. That's not a disc piece. It is most certainly not a Naga disc piece. So you can fuck off. Sorry, I said fuck off that one time. That's I've said that a lot. I stole that joke from the Game Grumps. I find it funny. Okay. Nuts. Yes. I don't like nuts. Except peanuts. I don't like nuts in my salad. It's gross. I don't like having an extra crunch in my salad. I went to, we went to Bob Evans yesterday for dinner, and I got a Cobb salad, which is my favorite kind of salad. I freaking love blue cheese. But they kind of overcooked the bacon, which is fine. But like it was tough. It was almost kind of leathery. Maybe that's not overcooking it. Maybe that's another issue. But it was really leathery, and it didn't play very well with the salad. It's the first time I've ever had a Cobb salad like that. And I love Bob Evans Cobb salads. It's just a weird texture, I guess. I don't know. Wait until 45 seconds, then attack. Hot tournament. I was watching Star Trek Enterprise yesterday, too. Like, the one with Scott Bakula from the 90s. I always wonder if I mispronounce his name. Like, I think it's Bakula, but it could be Bakula. Ah versus ah. I guess. It's subtle. Most people don't give a shit. But, it's not a great show. Like, I see why... I see why it didn't last very many seasons, but I'm gonna try to binge it, because I've seen... Like, I'm a Star Trek guy. I don't like Star Wars, but I do enjoy Star Trek. And, that said, I haven't seen too many episodes of the original series. I've seen the Trouble with Tribbles, famous episode, but I don't think I've seen any other episodes. Certainly none that I remember. But I watched a lot of The Next Generation, and I still haven't watched Deep Space Nine. I still haven't watched any of Voyager other than one episode. Maybe I'm not a good Star Trek fan. I'm a dirty casual. Did I just... I think I did. Yeah, I just did. I'm a casual fan about everything. I just don't get into fandoms. Although I wasn't big enough of a nerd in middle school and enough of a fan of Star Trek The Next Generation that I got a uniform. And that was back when I still looked halfway decent because I was skinny. I mean, I'm saying I'm like 13. I'm not saying I'm fucking Stephen Amell levels of hot. But like, I was skinny. rather than being all fat like I am now. So, the Star Trek Next Generation uniform looked good on me, for as much as something like that looks good on a person. I was born in the wrong decade. Because, I don't know, I was still one of the outcasts and the nerds and everything back then. But, I had a friend back then named Zach, who, he was as big of a nerd as I was, pretty much. Maybe more so. I think he was ballsy enough to once wear his Star Trek uniform out in public, like at school, which I would never fucking do. Because I'm a dirty casual in all fandoms. But go Ganail! Yay! I will cheer for all Nagas, unless they are against me. So yay Ganail that you won your first two. Oh, excuse me. That's weird. It's a weird place to keep your collar. You have no defense. You're fairly powerful and you have sizable life. Nice dodge. I guess the goal for all my monsters just needs to be to beat the heart that they inherited. Like, so if Alicat ends up retiring with over 700 power and such, then we know that all of that is going to the next generation. One thing I suppose I could have done is checked everybody's numbers. I mean, record their final numbers. Actually, I still can, come to think of it, because I saved all their versus data. Shit, maybe I should extend my chart and put that. Because it would be useful to me to know that we actually are advancing in power. Like, we're getting better. You know? Because then I'll feel like we're accomplishing stuff. This is really maddening how often I'm hit. I mean, I suppose like Nico, when we were going through these early tournaments, I mean, as long as we're winning, who am I to bitch and moan, right? Whether we're being lucky or we're brute forcing it or whether we're being good, as long as we're winning and gathering money. I guess there's only so much anger or irritation I can have. So we've got enough money now that I'm going to go ahead and buy that thing that lets monsters sleep peacefully, whatever that means. If that means I can push them into being pretty tired, then that's good. I can get more training sessions done. The game's a little obtuse over some of the things, some of its systems. Maybe I should just look it up. What does the aroma pot do? Herbal incense. If we take herbal incense as a trade-in, it will be 13,500. Hell yeah, okay, that works. So, still need shining. I don't know what that means, unless it means they just get less pissy all the time. Well, at least we're slowly getting through this, right? Still not ready to go up a class, so we're skipping the official tournament. Let's keep on training. I'm gonna go on Monster Rancher Metropolis or whatever the crap the site's called and see if anyone's had any intel about what the items do. Do you have a Naga stone? Oh, you have a full Lezione. That's all you got. The golem piece might not be bad. Alright, tell you what, I'll trade you a tiger piece for a golem piece. How's that? Alright. Still want my Naga, though. And trade everything I got for a Naga. Alright. Alicat wants a rest. Okay. Wait, no, let's go to Pretty Tired. Oh, good. See? It's a good thing I didn't rest you then. You did a great. It was a good job. It was a good job, Alicat. So now you're probably pretty tired. Yeah, you're very tired. So now we'll rest you. And hopefully you are back to being full of energy. Cold bad. I don't know what that meant. Is that one of her traits? I'll have to look after once I get to the main menu. Ugh. It's like quiet drinking. Jesus. Yeah, now he's healthy. Wow, I probably get better quality sleep now. Let's see. Cold. Wind brings many diseases, let's be careful. So... Alicat is sick? Is that what that's about? I don't know. Another great. Good job. Oh, we're getting speed up there. Let's just keep going with speed. Let's go for 500 speed. It's not taking very long. Durahan's cold bad. Do you have a cold? Let's rest you, even though you're only a little tired. Cold bad. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. This game's too obtuse sometimes. Good job. Yep, 400 speed. Let's keep going to 500. Because power is going up at the same time. I mean, if what's essentially happening is I'm increasing accuracy and power, I mean, that can only benefit me, so... I'll just keep this going. As long as cold bad doesn't mean I'm making her lose lifespan, then, you know, so it goes. We're doing okay. Alright, so today we battle for 4,000. And an energy ball, whatever that does. I could use an energy ball right now. Harvest Festa Memorial Match. Feature Pyro. Tags in the videos, please. I may not even edit this episode until tomorrow. I'm so tired. Or not even tired, I'm just... I guess I'm mentally tired, because physically I actually feel okay. I can breathe. Here, listen. I don't even know if that picked up on the capture. I didn't look at the readout, but like, I'm breathing free and clear. I feel drunk. I had been told before I drank that being drunk is like being really tired. And the first time I ever got really drunk after the next morning, like, I didn't have a hangover, but it was because I threw up all the alcohol the previous night. And, like, I was aware enough to realize that, yeah, being drunk is exactly like being up for 24 hours. Like, you're mostly kind of thinking, and I'm not talking about blackout drunk, I just mean like that level 2 drunk. Not tipsy. Tipsy's like level 1 drunk. And then level 2 drunk is the personality intensifying drunk. Like, If you're an asshole, then once you hit level 2, you become a super asshole. If you're a fun person, then hitting level 2 you're more fun. For me, I'm sad, so at level 2 I become fucking depressed. But anyway, so I was level 2 drunk, and I realized in between suicidal thoughts that I was just very tired and wanting to go to bed. This is probably the darkest joke I'll ever tell about it on the show, but I was drunk enough that I was like, if I put a bullet in my head, then at least I can sleep for a minute. Oh god, it's so dark thinking back. Anyway. But yeah, so for those of you who are too young to drink, being really drunk is like being really tired, and also the filter that stops you from saying and doing shit is lessened. I don't like drinking. Yakumura and I actually threw out almost all of our alcohol last night. Like, we don't drink. When Sparkless was part of the show, she had a lot of stage fright and was nervous a lot, and she usually needed a little bit of vodka to get her through recording. Which worked for her because Sparkless was a fun drunk, and but even in general, she just likes drinking for pleasure and motivation. Like, she likes drinking before writing, which I don't like doing personally, but, you know, if it helps her, whatever. So we actually had a fairly decent supply of vodka here, but since Sparkless left the show and hasn't come back, or rather since we got rid of Sparkless and haven't let her come back, you know, we've had all that alcohol that we've been sitting on pointlessly. And since neither of us drink, we're like, fuck it, we need to get the inner shelf back from the fridge. So we dumped all but 2 bottles of vodka, and those 2 are just unopened. So, yeah, I just don't care. For me, being drunk isn't fun, which is why I generally don't. Like, whoa. What that noise was behind me, I know it didn't get picked up on the mic. Anyway, like, there are people who have the opinion that it's not a party if you remember it, which, you know, the implication is the only way they'll party and have fun is if they're basically blackout drunk. And I disagree with that, personally. Like, for me, in fact, it's the opposite. Like, I wouldn't want to forget that kind of stuff. You know, if I'm having fun with a friend, especially, like, why would I want to forget that experience just for the sake of booze? Like, it's just not me. I just don't drink very often. I don't have a reason to. It's just not fun. Doesn't make gaming or anything more enjoyable, and especially since I like playing games that require some sort of mental brain power, and, you know, alcohol kind of fucks that, so, you know, I can't imagine playing Factorio when I'm impaired. This game's hard enough when I'm totally sober. Tired, man. Oh, one more episode I gotta get through after this. Wonder what that show-off skill does. Well, whatever it does, it seems to lower accuracy or something. I don't know. I remember with Nico we were talking about the different types of attacks. Beating, crushing, hitting, cutting. Haven't really worried about it here since I don't think Alicat has anything besides cutting. Although maybe Avalanche is different. I should look into that. It seems to do something that has to do with damage and resistance, but again, the game is obtuse and I don't get to see like what creatures are weak or strong against what, other than kind of sussing out that really hardened creatures like armor or stone seems to resist cut, but gets hit with crush or beat, so that makes sense. It's very difficult to cut a rock, but it's relatively much easier to crush a rock. Same with flesh, or opposite with flesh. It's easy to cut flesh, but not so hard to crush flesh, because flesh is bouncy and, you know, goopy or something. I don't know. That's the wrong word. Spongy? Flesh is spongy. Yes. It's a good word. I don't like drinking. I will say that Irishing up a coffee tastes good, because we had some Bailey's, what is it called? Irish creamer? Anyway, it's basically, like, it's difficult to drink those straight. They're designed to be mixed with other stuff, like making a mudslide or whatever. But like, just brewing a nice cup of coffee and then mixing in like Bailey's mint cream or like caramel cream. It's like adding coffee creamer, but also a little bit of booze. That usually tastes good to me. We threw all that stuff out too. Alcohol doesn't generally go bad because alcohol is already bad. I mean, you know, it's fermented, so you can't make it worse, essentially. But if you have like a creamer, then the creamer can go bad. So all of our Baileys went bad because it has cream or creamer stuff in it. We found one bottle that expired in 2014. Tells you how little we drank. And how rarely I Irish up a coffee. Anyway, we've been going for 27 minutes due to the length of that tournament. And I still have one more episode to get through before I can call this a night. So, alright, we already have an energy ball. Oh, it cures diseases! Well, fuck my face and call me Stella. I don't... Keep going. Well, yeah, so if he's got a cold, we'll feed him an energy ball. Her. Alicat. We'll do that in the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another one.